The governors are responsible for testing.
President Trump lurching between declaring power.
When somebody's the president of the United States, the authority is total.
And denying responsibility.
It's going to be up to the governors.
After promising on Thursday,
we are not opening all at once, but one careful step at a time.
On Friday, the president fueled reopening protests in a handful of states with Democratic governors tweeting, "Liberate Minnesota, Michigan, and Virginia."
I hope that it's not encouraging more protests.
I do not have time to involve myself in Twitter wars.
I'd like to know what they think we could have done differently because, again, we're leading as we were asked. We flattened the curve. We built up our PPE. We've kept Minnesotans alive.
Mr. Trump's tweets come as media on the right is amplifying the protests, and in some cases, conservative groups are organizing and funding them.
This is a great time, gentlemen and ladies, for civil disobedience. We need to be the Rosa Parks here.
More than 22 million Americans applied for unemployment benefits in the past month, nearly 10 times the previous record, set in 1982. In a new NBC News Wall Street Journal poll, just 22% say the economy is excellent or good, down from 53% in December. But even Trump-friendly Republican governors have been slow to embrace the president's call to lift statewide stay-at-home orders.
In opening Texas, we must be guided by data and by doctors.
I wanted to come here today and announce that we can all ease up and reopen, but we can't.
Just 36% of voters trust what the president has said about the coronavirus, compared to 66% who trust their own governors and 69% who trust the CDC. And 64% are not satisfied with the federal government's actions on testing. After months of promises,
anybody that needs a test gets a test. They're there.
Only about 3.7 million tests have been conducted, an average of 146,000 per day, far short of what experts say is required for reopening. The president once promised a national testing website and widespread testing in drugstore parking lots.
You'll be directed to one of these incredible companies that are going to give a little bit of their parking lot so that people can come by and do a drive-by test.
Now, a month later,
federal government's supposed to do testing of parking lots in the middle of a certain state that's 2,000 miles away. It's ridiculous.
And now President Trump is trying to shift the blame, tweeting, "The states have to step up their testing."
He said 11 times, "I don't want to get involved in testing. It's too complicated. It's too hard." I know it's too complicated and it's too hard. That's why we need you to help.
Hello from Washington, I'm Chuck Todd, and thanks for checking out the Meet the Press channel on YouTube. Click on the button down here to subscribe and click over here to watch the latest interviews, highlights, and other digital exclusives.